Alright, here's segment number 45 of Ben's birthday special. And we're going to play Jeopardy for the Xbox 360.
This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player one. Player two. Player three. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Literature. Number, please. World geography. Meet the Robinsons. A Billion Reasons. And medical talk.
Billion reasons.
Okay, here's Jimmy. He'll show you.
Abraham Lincoln began appearing on billions and billions of pennies in this year, the 100th anniversary of his birth.
Okay, player one.
What is 1909?
That is correct. Player one. According to its website, this chain serves more than 1 billion finger-licking good chicken dinners annually.
What is KFC?
Yes, player one. That's correct.
Billion reasons for six.
Player Forbes magazine has estimated that this comic book boy is worth $24.7 billion.
Who is Richie Rich?
It's player one. Good. The only event the Time Almanac has listed under the heading 4.5 billion BC is this formed. It's player one.
What is the Earth?
Yes. Player this one. Eccentric billionaire formed an aircraft company in 1934 to design racers.
Who is
player
Howard
one?
Hughes?
Good.
Yours was 200.
You again, player one. In chapter 52 of this novel, a boisterous crowd is gathering for Fagin's execution.
What is Oliver Twist?
Yes, player one.
Yeah!
That's correct. 19th century author, known for writing about a venerable mansion with 7 acutely peaked gables. Okay, player
What
one.
is Nathaniel Hawthorne?
That is correct. Player People one. From the past appear to a brother and sister in Rewards and Fairies by this author of The Jungle Book.
Who is Rudyard Kipling?
Let's hear it, player one. That's correct.
Yeah! Woo!
Modern novels with biblical titles include Jane Hamilton's The Book of Ruth and Toni Morrison's Song of Him.
Who is Solomon?
Player one. Yep. You.
Yeah.
Answer. It's the Daily Double. You are in the lead. Answer this. Even Grendel would love Seamus Heaney's new translation of the Anglo-Saxon epic about this title geet.
Who is Beowulf?
That puts you even further ahead. Player one. This term refers to the painful inflammation of any of the fibrous structures that connect muscles to bones. Player one.
What is arthritis?
Sorry. Anyone else? The correct response is tendinitis.
Oh, tendinitis. All right.
Player 1, to test for visual acuity, the Snellen chart is designed to be read from this many feet away. Okay, Player 1.
What is 20 feet?
That is correct.
Yeah! Woo!
Player 1 begins, I swear by Apollo, physician, and Asclepius.
What is Hippocrates' oath?
Player 1. That is correct. Luteinizing hormone is one of the many produced by this cherry-shaped gland. Okay, Player 1.
I'm going to say, what is the pituitary gland?
Yeah, good. Let's go over to Jimmy.
When an injury like a cut is sustained, these blood cells change shape, become sticky, build up on the wound, and form a plug.
Okay, Player 1.
What are erythrocytes?
Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we wanted. Thrombocytes.
Oh, all right.
We return to you. In 1947, he shattered baseball's color line.
Who is Jackie Robinson?
Yes, Player 1. Hey, you're right. Like a famous mister of song, it was the nickname of tap dancer Bill Robinson. It's Player 1.
Who is Bojangles?
Right. This Motown legend co-wrote My Girl and Tears of a Clown.
Who is Smokey Robinson?
Yes, Player 1. You got it.
Yeah! Woo!
In 1951, he defeated Jake LaMotta to become middleweight boxing champ.
Who is Sugar Ray Robinson?
It's Player 1. Correct. Emmanuel Goldenberg was the real name of the Robinson who used this first name on the stage. Player 1.
Eric?
Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? The correct response is Edward.
Oh, Edward, my bad.
Please pick a... It precedes minutes in the title of a popular Sunday night TV news program.
What is 60?
It's Player 1.
Yeah.
Right. Player Highest
1.
Number you can throw with just one standard die.
What is 6?
It's Player 1. That is correct. By a cumulative count, you get a total of 364 gifts in this song, including 42 swans.
What is the 12 Days of Christmas?
Let's hear it, Player 1. Good for you. Player 1. 80, 800, or 1800, the approximate length in miles of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline.
I'm going to say what is 800?
Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Barack Obama is officially listed as this number U.S. president. Okay, Player 1.
Yeah!
You again. Melbourne is in the Australian state named for this woman, a friend of Viscount Melbourne. It's Player 1.
Yeah.
That is correct. Here's Jimmy to start us off.
Victor Hugo described the tide rising as swiftly as a galloping horse here at Mont Saint-Michel in this country.
Okay, Player 1. Good for you. We Paulistas live in a large city in this large South American country. Let's hear it, player one. Good for you.
Yeah! Woo!
Player this one. Country's Grand Canal ends at the port of Hangzhou. It's player one. Yes. And the last clue for $1,000. It's Africa's highest mount that shares its name with a country.
What is Mount Kenya?
It's player one. That's right. Way to go.
$17,600.
The Double Jeopardy round will begin right after this. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. Women of Achievement. The Songs of Paul Simon. Insects. The Old Testament. Vocabulary. And archipelagos. Player two, you start. The finest singers among species of this insect are the tree type, not the house or field type. Okay, player one. Right. Player one. It reached Texas from Mexico around 1890 and spread into most cotton-growing areas of the United States. Player one. Right. Answer. The first of the Daily Doubles. And you're in the lead. Here is your Daily Double clue. Like 1990, 2007 was a year when these noisy insects famously swarmed the Midwest. No. Here's the response we were looking for. Cicadas.
Oh, well, I'll get it back.
Stoneflies belong to the order Plecoptera, which means pleated this. Okay, player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we were looking for. Wing. Player one. Two common shorthorn species of this in North America are the lubber and eastern lubber. It's player one. Nope. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, player two. Right you are. Player two, make a selection, please, as we continue. While fleeing the destruction of Sodom, Lot's wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of this. Yes, player one?
Yeah!
Yes. Player one? Many people believe Ramses was the Pharaoh to whom Moses said, "Let my people go," in this book of the Bible. Player one? Right. We return. David gave this son and successor advice and plans for building the temple in Jerusalem. It's player one. Correct. Player when one. This man's brothers said that he was still alive, his father Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. Let's hear it, player one. Yeah! Yep, you've got some money again. This heroine, for whom a Bible book is named, was married to King Ahasuerus of Persia. Player one? Right. Player one. Sitka is the largest city in this state's Alexander Archipelago. It's player one. You are correct. In 1965, the Cook Islands became self-governing in free association with this country that provides for their defense. Let's hear it, player one. No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about New Zealand. You get this Scottish archipelago is famous not only for its ponies, but also for a breed of dog. Okay, player one. That is correct. So this Pacific Island country is named for a British sea captain, not Happy Days producer Gary. Player one. That is correct. This Portuguese archipelago once served as a stop for the treasure galleons returning to Spain from America. It's player one. Good.
Yeah! Woo!
You again, player one. It begins, "Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again." Let's hear it, player one. You are correct. Player one. In Mrs. Robinson, Simon wrote, "A nation turns its lonely eyes to this man." Yes, player one? That's it. Goodbye to Rosie, the Queen of Corona. See you, me, and him down by the schoolyard. Yes, player one? No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player three? Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player two. That's right. Way to go. Player two, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? Around 46 BC, Julius Caesar offended his countrymen by dedicating a statue to her. Yes, player one? That is correct. Player in one? November 1988, she was elected Prime Minister of Pakistan, becoming the first woman to head a modern Islamic nation. Okay, player one? Yes. In 1616, she and her husband, John Rolfe, traveled to England to help raise funds for the Virginia colonists. Let's hear it, player one. Right. Player one. As an example to her Russian subjects, she and her son Paul had themselves inoculated against smallpox in 1768. Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. Player one. To further the ambitions of her brother, her father, Pope Alexander VI, arranged several marriages for her. Okay, player one. Yes. Player one. Simon's 1973 song about this color transparency film said, "Give us those nice bright colors." It's player one. Right. You.
Yeah!
The second daily double. You are okay, here is the clue. In Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon told her to sail on by. Your time has come to shine. You have dropped down to second. Here is what we wanted. Silver Girl.
Shoot.
Select again. The name of this extinct critter comes from words meaning terrible lizard. Okay, player one. That is correct. This term for a mechanical human comes from a Czech word for forced labor. It's player one. That's correct. Player one. Bumbershoot is Brit speak for one of these. Yes, player one? That's correct. Player one. He's an angel is a metaphor. Smart as a whip is one of these comparisons. Player one? Good. Here's the $2,000 clue. The name of this science is from the Greek for the study of animals. It's player one. Yep. Oh, sorry, player three. You'll not be progressing to Final Jeopardy. We're back. The category for Final Jeopardy today is ancient names. So, what's your wager? The Final Jeopardy clue is, appropriately, the name of this dramatist comes from Greek words meaning wise and famous. What did you put as your response? And that will set you back. And your response? And that will set you back. We're talking about Sophocles.
Oh, boy.
Player two, congratulations to you.
I tried. I'll see you all for the next game, everybody.
Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time.